Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, PattSun, and today we're gonna be taking a look at r/cheating stories, where OP just dodged a bullet. Let's begin. Is this cheating with the mom of my son's friend? Ooh, this has so much potential of being a real shit show. Hopefully it's not.
This is a question, because I really don't know what is going on, and I'm super oblivious to these kinds of things. Also, this is not me cheating because I'm not married, but her cheating or just only banter and only being nice and social. First, the backstory. I am a divorced man. My 2 kids are with me. The oldest one is 7 years old. I'm separated from my ex for almost a year. I got the kids after we both agreed that the kids would be better if they were with me in March this year. We got divorced from fighting almost every day, and in the end, I find out about a secret phone where she messages someone. There is a woman that is the mother of my oldest kid's friend. I only see her when I pick up my kids. We never speak in real life. Now 1 month ago, my oldest boy went to their friend's house. Not uncommon. He has a few friends that sometimes come to us, and sometimes my kid goes to them. I want him to socialize, so I'm fine with that, but this friend's mom got my phone. She explained she got it from the teacher to call me that I should come an hour later to pick him up because they aren't finished with their homework. After that, almost every day I get either message or call about some school stuff or some other stuff from her. One time she asks if I can pick her kids up. The other time she asks what the homework is, because her son didn't write well. The other time it is something else. I see her when I pick my kids from school, but we never speak. I used to be very oblivious to all these things when I was younger, and I still didn't think about any of these things that she was interested in me. In fact, they are all messages that does have an explanation, and it would be really rude to shut her off when she asks me what the homework was of his kid. She is also married, so why would she be interested in me, right? And also, I was fucking really oblivious to the attention I got from women, and maybe still. I really don't know these clues, etc. Now, why did I start thinking that she is interested in me? Well, last week we got the flu. My kids didn't go to school, so there was no school for us. Then starting from Tuesday I get calls and messages, increasing each day. Now I respond normally, not too rude nor too friendly. I never initiate. I always get called or messaged first. I said my kids were going to come Thursday to school. She said there was a trip. Yet in the morning they were still really sick, so we skipped school again and she called again, etc. Not even my own parents aren't asking that much. Now normally I wasn't too suspicious about all these messages, but when she started messaging me even though my kid wasn't even going to school to check how he is, etc., I am thinking that she is interested in me and not for the sake of kids. You can ask questions about it if you are not sure. I just didn't want to make a wall of text here. Now, I do like the attention that I get from her. And I would even say I do find her attractive, but she is married and I don't want to hurt their kids. At the moment she is texting me every day about random stuff. Today she commented on a WhatsApp status I shared. Yesterday she came near my house to get the box she gave to my kid a day earlier. She gave a box with cake to my kid when my kid was at their house. If this was a man, I would think that they want to be friends with me and are bored or something. But she acts like I'm invisible in real life, and I understand that because we do live in a very conservative society, not in USA. And is frowned upon by the people in the region where I live. So again, why is she risking all these things? What is happening? I posted this with another throwaway account, but Reddit saw this as spam somehow. So I used this account instead, and there are other things that happened after this initial post, but I will be updating if I get an actual questions and replies.
Okay, yeah, technically this isn't cheating, but this is her throwing out her feelers out there, testing the waters, waiting for you to reciprocate. Do you know why? Because she wants to cheat. And I promise you this, OP, she's not texting you all day with her husband's knowledge. But if he ever found out, she has the perfect excuse. She could just say that it's just friendly talk. Look, man, I don't know what's going on in their marriage, but she's ready to risk it all. Personally, I wouldn't pursue this relationship with her. Only talk to her about your kids. But that's your choice, your decision to make, and yours to make alone. And now for OP's update.
So a summary for those who don't want to read the previous thread. I received messages from one of my son's friend's mom. First it started innocent, asking about homework, but then it continued about random things. At one point she was messaging me every day, and later it went to calls. Never mentioning her husband, etc., not flirting, but just calls about life and our kids and such. Initially it was a question, whether she had other intentions than just messages, but later I knew in my gut it was more. I am a divorced man, single at the moment. She is married. So what happened after these months? First I tried to not answer her, but I succumbed and we started to talk over the phone about our kids and stuff. So 2 weeks ago I call her and say that what we are doing is not good and all. She agreed and knew what she was doing is bad, but she says she doesn't care anymore for her husband and tells me about the things her husband did and say about her. She is fed up with him. He wants to be in a rural area, and she wants to stay and she doesn't care anymore. Now, I know she wants to burn bridges with me, and I am in heavy discussion with the angel on my right shoulder and the devil on my left, so to speak. And in the end I said that I have no intention in marrying her, and there can be nothing between us. It was a long call, and she did at one point even invite me to her home, woot woot, but I denied. And this is it. To be totally honest, I did compliment her and didn't shut her down immediately, but that's the most I did. It's not my responsibility for their marriage, yet I did tell her to stick with her husband and that she should think of their kids. I actually doubt their marriage will hold, but it will not be my doing. She called me later again asking about my kid and such, and I reminded her not to call me, and she messaged me I'm sorry, and I didn't respond. And that's that.
Good for you for setting those boundaries, OP. Look, you may not care about her husband, you may not care about her marriage or her family or her son, but I imagine that you love and care for yours very deeply. Don't do anything that will hurt him in the future, including getting involved with his friend's married mom. Even if she continues to pursue you, which I'm pretty sure she will, your son doesn't need to be dragged into potentially losing a friend, or even worse, getting picked on because his father contributed to the breakup of his friend's family. Good job for dodging that bullet, OP. Be well. And now for today's second story. I told my ex-husband my concerns about his girlfriend. Posted by Reddit user Low Stakes, or is it?
My ex-husband and I are in our early 40s and late 30s and have been divorced for almost 3 years now. While he did not want to get divorced, we separated and have been co-parenting our 2 preteens amicably. He lives within 5 blocks of our old home, and while we have 50-50 custody, our kids freely bounce between our places and choose how they want to spend holidays. We've tried hard to create a sense of stability despite the change in our family situation and have standing tune-up therapy twice a year to make sure we're all comfortable with the arrangement. His recent partner Maria has been the only one to make past the 6-month mark, and prior to this encounter, I would say that she makes him happy and is a pretty reasonable lady. She has a very sweet and precocious son that we all adore, and generally I thought things were going well. I invited Maria to bring her son to my place if she would like him to join my kids in private language classes. She accepted, and this has been going on for a few weeks now. My kids adore him. Last week she said something to me that was surprising. She asked me when I would be moving my things out so that my ex and her could be able to cohabituate. I was taken aback and confused, asking her to clarify my current home, this home. And she nonchalantly told me, you don't need all this space for 3 people. We wouldn't have space at ex's current condo. Her son looked so awful and embarrassed at this point that I was like, this conversation would need to include my ex. My kids and I live in a brownstone that my ex and I purchased together 50-50, but that I have been renovating since before the divorce. My ex lives in a nice condo that's spacious but is still a little bit of a man cave. Later in the evening I got a text message from her son that was pleading for me to forgive his mom, that he's sorry for his mom and to not tell my ex. I feel awful, but I think I should let my ex know this conversation occurred and let him handle it. Will I be the asshole if I told my ex-husband my concerns about his girlfriend? Edit. I'm the single owner of the house. My ex insisted throughout the divorce that I keep it. We do co-own his condo though, haha. Update 1. Before our divorce, we owned both properties outright. Our divorce was very amicable. He insisted I keep the brownstone. After the divorce, I had my lawyer help me transfer the brownstone deed and my ex signed the document. He just never did that with the condo. I asked him a few times, and the answer's always been hand-wavy. I'm his ex-wife, not going to continue nagging him on something he's dragging his feet on. The awkward conversation happened in person. I shut it down cause her son was there and I could tell he understood the situation and felt uncomfortable. He texted me afterwards from his own phone. He's a special kid in the best way, very mature and advanced for his age. The thing is, I don't think it's been discussed between them at all. I think she may have just assumed. When we separated, he insisted that I keep house and that I didn't need to buy him out. The house belonging to me is ironclad. I just got nervous and blurted out that we'd discuss it cause her son was there. Update 2. I procrastinated bring up what Maria said and basically told myself assume best intentions or awkward curiosity. My thought process was that it's my home and she'll have to cart me out of here on the back of a hearse. I admit I was also nervous about raining on his happiness and did not want to be perceived as a bitter ex. The kids had a grand time at camp and a month or so ago. Later we had family dinner with both sets of grandparents. My ex brought Maria and it started out great. Everyone welcomed Maria and her son. Maria was helping me finish up dessert in the kitchen and I was patting myself on the back for the goop level blended family dynamic when she made an off-the-cuff comment about how she'd host parties here. Ex came in with the kids, overheard and asked, "Oh, did low stakes offer for you to host?" Maria's son just burst into tears and started apologizing. It was genuinely one of the most awkward experiences of my life. Long story short, the entire family has learned that ex had a vasectomy after divorce and is not looking to remarry anytime soon. Afterwards, I talked to him about the previous interaction along with showing him the text messages. They're no longer together. I am worried about Maria's son, although I recognize it's not my place. Unsure what I can do there. Edit. Some people asked why I laughed at the end of my edit that I owned half his condo. It was mainly out of uncomfortable irony. X is extremely driven and brilliant in his career, but disorganized in life.
So, she thought that she'd be the new wife and he'd move his new family into the bigger place. What? It's so bizarre. It doesn't even sound like the younger girlfriend and your ex-husband even had any conversation about cohabitating at all. Never mind cohabitating where exactly? What? Damn, I'm just shaking my head at the girlfriend's assumptions. Wow. What an idiot. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my YouTube channel for you to watch absolutely free. So consider clicking that super thanks just below the video title, or you can use my PayPal in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.